Well, hello. This is Rosa, rcgkreations. How you doing? I'm bringing you today a Tex-Mex chicken meal. You can make this with pasta or rice, but we're going to go away from that because it's not part of my weight program. So what I have here is my Tex-Mex Seasoning homemade that I made. I'll put a link in the video that will be before this video, so you can see that of how it's made. So I've got some olive oil over here. Let me add, I'm going to be adding some big chicken onions because hubby doesn't like onions. Whoop. That was a little too loud. Sorry about that. So I want sauteed onions in mine. This is going to be kind of like a fajita, but with no tortilla. But I'm using the big chunks. Excuse the reach. Let me get my big spatula, my size spatula for me. Let me turn down my heat. It's a little too hot. And I just want to season the onions. I need some more onions. I want to put the big chunks of onions in here. And then I'm going to freeze the rest of these onions so they'll already be cut and sliced, and I don't have to worry about taking the time to do that myself. So let me sweat those out just a little bit. Let me add a little bit more oil. Because I'm going to take the onions out, but I'm going to leave all this seasoning in here when I cook my chicken. They're going to be chicken strips. Turn down my heat a little bit more. You don't want to get too hot because you don't want to burn your seasoning packet, your seasoning mix. But I definitely want to cook down my onion a little bit. Like I said, yeah, you can see me. See that? I wish we had some elevators so you could smell that. It smells so good. So I'm going to continue to stir a little bit. I'm going to let this soak just a little. Let me move this out of the way. I don't need this anymore. I'll put that in the freezer container in a minute. This is where the chicken's going to sit while I get another batch cooking. And here I already have my bag of sliced chicken. And I more than likely will be cooking most of this, if not all. I may or may not, but I just put it together yesterday. We went to the grocery store, so it hasn't been frozen yet. I know a lot of people don't like to refreeze meat, uncooked meat. I've done it many, many times. I've never had an issue, but then we always go through that within 2 to 3 weeks. The maximum is 3 weeks, so it hasn't had a chance to get freezer burn or anything. But then, you know, you do your research, do what you think is best for you and your family. Okay, I think those are good on my onions because I like my onions a little bit on the crispy side. Let me get my little spatula because I'm going to be using the same thing for my chicken. Because I like a little crunch when I bite into my onion. I also like it really soft and tender too, but I'm going to save all the seasoning stuff in there. There we go. And then just before we get ready to serve my plate, I will put these onions back on the hot skillet to heat them up again. I'm trying to save my seasoning there. I'm just getting the onion. I would leave the onions in here when I'm cooking the chicken, but hubby can't stand onions. He doesn't mind if I cook with him, he just doesn't want to see it, and he definitely doesn't want any on his plate. Okay, so that part's done. Now let me introduce the chicken and get that off the heat because that's a high heat. I've got some chicken pieces and some slivers of chicken. And all I'm going to do is coat them. Oh, I got the wrong bag. I got the diced chicken. I apologize. I was supposed to be using chicken slivers, but I got the wrong bag out. Oh well, it is what it is. So the other one's already in the freezer. It ain't gonna hurt none. In fact, it's the whole. This is diced. I'm gonna just put the whole bag in here because I know I'll be using all of that. This is gonna go in the garbage. Let me wash my hands right quick. Oh, just put that back on the burner. Remember, when you're dealing with chicken, make sure your hands are clean and your utensils are clean and not touched so you don't clog, so you don't contaminate anything on your kitchen and get yourself sick. So I'm going to do a double scrub with some soap and water here. Okay, so let's get back into this. I want to make sure I got plenty of oil. So I'm going to mix all the chicken in here to make sure it all gets all the oil. So you can do this with diced chicken, or you can do it with sliced the long slivers of chicken, your fresh chicken. I think I had more than enough oil for everything. I didn't want to get too much oil in here because all I'm doing is cooking the chicken. Okay. Now, because this is made with minced onions and some parsley and some chives, that stays on top and all the powdered stuff stays on the bottom. That's why I put it in a separate little container. Now I'm just going to put this, sprinkle some on top. Man, I wish we could, I really wish you could smell this. This smells so good. And let me get some of these seasonings over here. For my, actually, I'm going to leave that there because I don't want hubby to, what is this piece of onion in my plate? See how the chicken's already cooking? You'll be ready to sit there and eat in about 15 minutes because it won't take long for this chicken, especially since it's diced up into bite-sized pieces to cook. Oh, I dropped a little bit of goodiness. I don't want to waste it. It really looks good. And my oven still isn't ready. I've got 20 minutes because I'm making some baked asparagus, and I've also sprinkled that Tex-Mex Seasoning and some olive oil on top of that. That's going to be our side dish to go with this meal, since we're not going to have pasta or rice. Trying to do a little bit better quality for my diet program, my weight loss program. It's not really a diet, it's more of a weight loss program of learning to cook and not use so much the fatties and the carbs. Yeah, it's got olive oil, which is not that great, but you know what? It is what it is. Okay, my oven's ready. So let me just sit this right here. Put my asparagus in the oven. Set my timer. I've already got it preset. When the timer for the asparagus is ready, this should be ready. So I'm not going to let you sit there. I'm just going to show you now. It's going to sit here. I've already coated it pretty well. I'm just going to let it sit and cook for about 5 minutes. Then I'm going to toss it again. And then I'm going to let it cook because my asparagus is going to take about 15-20 minutes. And then we should be totally ready to eat. And I'll bring you back when we get ready to do the taste test. My best part. Okay, we'll bring you back. Okay, we are just about done. The asparagus, it came out of the oven. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Yum, yum, yum. I tasted one already. Pretty darn good. Now I'll put my onions. So I went ahead and took out the rest of the cooked chicken. And I wish you could smell this and taste it. It's got great flavor. The recipe did not ask for any salt. So I don't like salt anyway in my stuff. So I'm going to add salt when it's on my plate if I think it needs it, but I don't think it needs it. I already took one bite of a piece of chicken. So what I'm doing now is I'm sauteing my onions and the rest of the seasoning so they can get all nice and warm. So this will be my dinner for tonight and my lunch leftovers for tomorrow because I love onions and I want some onions in with this mix. And turn my burner off because I think we're totally done. Let me get myself a plate. And then we'll bring you in for the taste test. Oh, man. That smells so good. Okay, so that for tomorrow. I'm going to get a little bit more, another little scoop more. Move this out of the way. Let's get some asparagus. We want to eat our greens. And look at that. So now let's do a quick little taste test. There's the asparagus. Let me get one cut. So I'm going to get a piece of chicken and a piece of asparagus. Look at that. Oh, man. I'm going to bring you up. So you can see. The chicken is tender. That asparagus is baked just perfect. Oh man. The flavor, spot on. It's right on there. A little bit of onion, asparagus, piece of chicken. Look at that. Literally 15 minutes, bake in the oven at 400 degrees with asparagus. Put it in the oven after you already seasoned it and oiled it. As soon as that's done, start cooking your chicken. Let the chicken just simmer in its own juices. It's going to make its own juices, plus the little juices from the oil, the seasoning, the flavor. It's all there. A nice low-cal dinner. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye. Have a good one. Take care.